Hi and welcome back to Scrappy Happy. Today I'm just going to show you a junk journal that I have finished. Just move my camera a bit, there we go. It is, I can't remember exactly the paper pad I used, I just know it's a new one by First Edition. It's a one signatured paper junk journal and it measures exactly, it's A4 folded in half, so it's 8 inches this way and about 6 inches this way, so it's quite chunky. You can see there. On the binding I did the freehold signature one where you loop it through and whatnot, and then I used this beautiful seam binding along the edge. I thought it just gave it a really nice effect, and then I've got a couple of chimes on the leftover twine that I used to bind it, and there is this beautiful bird with the eggs, key, clock and a rose, and I thought they just went really well with the paper collection. Right, this is what I've used to keep it closed for the closure. Then you just unloop it like that, and because the paper that I used for the cover was so pretty, I didn't want to go over it with any embellishments or whatnot, so I just left it plain, and then I just put this paper for the binding for the front and the back, just to give it extra reinforcement, and I distressed around the edges if you can see, and then inked it with some Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'll just take this ribbon off for the time being. It's a beautiful green ribbon what I've used for the closure. Really like that ribbon. It was a Christmas ribbon, but I thought I could use it on this because it's green, so I got away with that. Right, so when you first open it up, just plain and simple. What I used for the cover was Irene suggested for the Christmas one, what I've done, to use a cereal box, but I didn't. I used some really sturdy cardstock, and then I just put some paper over it, and I feel like that's done it really well, and it's worked strong. I've not had no problems with it so far. So this is the first page, and when you open it up, here in the background this paper is scrunched up printer paper, and then using my Tim Holtz Distress ink, run over it and then sprayed it, and then it just bleeded, and then I ironed it, and it worked out really well. So I really like the effect it given. Here is the effect. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely love it. And then I created a pocket here with some leftover paper. Put some beautiful embroidered lace going down either side. Then die cut out this flourish piece here, and embossed it with my Paper Mania embossing powder copper. And I thought that really worked out really smooth, because if you can see, the finished embossed look is really smooth, and it worked out really well. I'm really proud of that. And then this metal piece here, and that's just a side pocket like that. Then here's the tag, beautiful image from the collection. It's just a flower, backed it up on some cardstock, and then tea dyed this lined paper, and then stamped these images at either corner, and distressed around the edges. I've used a load of different stained techniques in here. I've used tea, I've used coffee, I've used Tim Holtz Distress ink, I've used some of my spritz. It's just gone crazy the amount of mixed media that's gone into this. I really do love it. And then this is the back of that Tim Holtz Distressed paper. And then I've stamped this image on here, and obviously it's not stamped the full image because it's still got some crackled, scrunched up effect in, so it just gives like an off-stamped image, which I absolutely love. And then here on this paper I've left plain. I've just made this beautiful paper clip banner, and then this metal piece here which I got gifted by the wonderful Doylis, and then this beautiful crochet flower with a pearl in the middle, and the sentiment beautiful with some washi tape in the back there, if you can see. Absolutely love how that turned out. And then I just attach it onto the side there, and I think it works absolutely beautiful with the paper collection. And then this is some paper what come with the collection, music note. And then this is coffee dyed paper. And then I stamped this butterfly image there, which is really cute. And then here's an envelope. I got gifted, I think it was off Daylist, and I just used a heart to for the closure for the envelope. And I distressed around the edges, if you can see, because it was just plain white and I thought it needed something else to stand out a bit more, so I just distressed it with some distress ink. Then inside is this little little paper for journaling, and I'll keep that out just to show you the tuck spots. And then I use that envelope as a tuck spot itself, a corner tuck spot. And then I distressed this little paper baggie with some distress ink, Tim Holtz vintage photo it was. And then on a doily I backed this cardstock with a stamped bird with believe, the sentiment believe. And then inside here is a tag, this beautiful bird image. I think this is Tim Holtz die cut, out of a die cut pack that I have, what I had ages ago. And then I put this metal piece here, then some ribbon so it's like a pull out. And then on the back I stamped this music note background stamp, and then I have embossed it. So that just slides in there really cute, like that, and then back in there. So I thought that was a really cute, clever idea. Some pages I have left plain for journaling and whatnot. Another Tim Holtz technique, and then I stamped the sentiment, live, love, laugh. And I thought that worked out really cute. And then here's the next page, and this is a tag within a tag, and I've folded in half a doily to use that as like a little tuck spot there. And then I've this image, this little piece die cutted out, and then just to reinforce the doily, because obviously doilies aren't that strong. I'll just show you this side first of the tag. I distressed around the bottom just to create a really nice effect. Use some washi tape there just to create more of a focal point, which is really nice. I really love these washi tapes that I've just recently got. And then here is the tag within a tag. Beautiful image from the collection. And then here's the background paper, and I've used my border punch to create this effect. There, you can see it better if I put a white piece of paper behind it. And then instead of using paper for this piece here, I just used washi tape to cover up the cardstock, and then I fussy cut out this beautiful flower, and then put the sentiment beautiful there. So I thought that worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. And then this is the other side of the paper. And I've stamped these vintage scissors here on this coffee dyed paper, and I really love how this coffee dyed paper turned out in the end. It was beautiful. Here I made a coat hanger paper clip little embellishment. Put some of this beautiful lace in the back, this beautiful big metal piece image with a beautiful bird inside, if you can see that. And then the sentiment journey. I'll back that up on some cardstock and fussy cut it out just to create more sturdiness. Put that on in the end. And then this is the back of that paper, just plain and simple. And I've stamped these two little birds here, if you can see them. And then here what I've done is created a corner tuck spot, and I've put this white behind so you can see it. Here and here are two metal bronze pieces that I were gifted, and then I punched out these flowers. And then what I did with my bone folder, I manipulated the flowers to give them a bit more dimension, you can see there, and then put these beautiful little pearl pieces in the middle. And then it's just a really nice enveloped image with a foiled sentiment there. And this is a tag that I created, a large tag, this button piece that I've put on there, which is really nice and vintage, and then washi tape and the sentiment Desire there. Then the back of it is a journaling spot, tea dyed. Absolutely love how that turned out, one of my favourite ones. The next page is plain and simple. And then this page, I stamped this image here, and then another tuck spot here. It's a round tuck spot, and then I put a doily in the background there, and then made this embellishment piece here with some ribbon, and I stained this lace to give it more of a vintage look, this metal piece here, sentiment dreams, and then I punched out this flower and the pearl centre there. So that's a really cute one. And this is the tag that's for this pocket, some washi tape, fussy cut out a flower with the lace and the sentiment kindness, and then that's the back, stamped. So much different methods have gone into this, it's just unbelievable. And here is a paper clip, just keeping in place this little beautiful image. And then that's the back of it, and it's been embossed, if you can see. Absolutely beautiful, and I just absolutely love that image for this collection. I think it worked out really well. And then this is the middle, and this is where you can see how I've stitched it in. And then this paper I got gifted off the Doylis, so I fussy cut out around the birds to create a side pocket which turned out really well. I absolutely love it, and it's just a pocket to fit in as much as you want. And I created this booklet tag, distressed around the edges. It's the front and that's the back. Then inside I put this beautiful lace, ribbon, sorry, and some journaling spot. All been tea dyed. So I thought that turned out really well. And here is the back of that paper, which is really cute. Really do like that. I'm sorry about the glare from my light. I don't know why it's acting like that, but oh well. Then I use this as a cornered for a tuck spot, and then emboss this wooden piece here with some washi tape there to create a really nice effect. And I stamped the sentiment beautiful moments there. Here is one of my favourite tags of all of this. This massive tag, lined paper which has been tea dyed. This washi tape with this metal embellishment, and then I stamped this beautiful flower with a butterfly. And I thought that turned out really well. Then the back of the tag is a pocket itself. I just backed on some beautiful laces, and you can tuck the stuff in there. So I thought that was a really cute idea to do. And again, this is a doily tuck spot here and the metal piece. And to reinforce it, I backed it on some cardstock and then just some paper from the collection. And that's how that just tucks in there beautifully well. Then this is the back of it. That is obviously a tuck spot, but I haven't put any tags in it because I thought you'd just leave that to tuck a photo in or something. Then I stamped this beautiful flower with a butterfly there, and then created a cornered tuck spot, and that's the image. Really beautiful image. I fussy cut out another one of those flowers and then put the sentiment love there. And this is a tag for that collection. Tea dyed paper, lined paper again, and then I stamped this beautiful bird image, and then put this beautiful ribbon down the side, and then put the sticker sentiment together there. And that's the back of it, just plain. and it has been distressed around the edges, if you can see. Really turned out really well. I really do like that. And that's the next page. Just put this here, and it's like a place you'd put a sentiment there. So I really like how that turned out really well. This is my favourite of all time page because I love how it turned out. It's a birdcage stamp which I fussy cut out of the same paper to create a bit of dimension to it, if you can see. And then out of loads of flowers here, I backed them on top of each other, layered them to create a really full dimensional effect. And then with the lace, I fussy cut out this piece and then put some pearls on it to create like a bordered effect, and it worked, and then some twine to create like a birdcage dangling effect, and then washi tape and the sentiment beauty within. And I absolutely love how that turned out. It's absolutely my favourite thing throughout this junk journal ever. So I'll just let you have a look at that in more detail. And then the next page is just plain and simple. And then here I stamped the sentiment, smile and be happy. And then here is a tuck spot that I made, and it just says family. It's a banner tuck spot, so you can just tuck stuff under there like that. Then the next page, plain and simple, just stamped a couple of stamps here, cornered stamps there. And then the last page is this corner tuck spot. Oh, it's not a tuck spot, sorry. It's one of those bags which you can tuck stuff in there secretly, like that. In and out. And then I just put some paper on the bag and then put this little die cut piece there and then some ribbon along the side. So I thought that turned out really well. Then that's the last page. No, it's not. I've got a couple more pages yet. Plain and simple. And then another corner tuck spot there with another tag. Plain and simple. And there is a metal piece with a fussy cut out another lace piece and put the sentiment remember. And then that's the back. So I hope you enjoyed watching this junk journal. It's my first one I've made and I really think it turned out really well, so thank you for watching Scrappy Happy.